This morning, August 3rd, we got the Fire Red 3s released, the Dornbeck Air Force 1s, and the KD Weathermans. Saw these in Houston last week. I do like the box. I like the different stylings that they put in there. Looks like they've chosen the orange and gray. The colors, but the extra little pieces right here, not too bad. Now, so far the jury's out on a KD6 for me. I did not care for the 5s. I bought very few. So far, I'm not overly enamored with the KD6, but that's just me. I saw these last week being worn, and I almost passed on them. This is my first KD6. I did try them on. So far, they're fairly comfortable, yet I did move up to a size 13 as well. I do that on most of my basketball shoes, just because I know that I've got to have that little bit of extra room. The toe boxes on them tend to be a little bit cramped for myself. I like the sparkles. I like the attempts to recreate some of the design work on the Weathermans. For me, though, the black and the red and the olive aren't really the best colors to throw together. Now, that's just me. The person that designed it, they think they're great. It's more of a soccer style shoe, being low cut, and it has this open top, this open tongue, which is more like an Asics Gel 3, let's say. For those that haven't seen them before, you can see how this piece inside here is actually detached. And then the second one comes over the top. So it's an open area completely inside the shoe. So, to me that puts a lot of strain on the actual laces themselves to hold the whole thing together. And I'm not real sure how that's going to feel moving, playing ball, whatever it turns out. But I'm sure that they had them tested a long time before going with this design. And since they're actually supposed to be a performance shoe rather than just for looks, I'm sure this is one of the things that KD looked at, and that's what they went with. Now on the bottom side, the pattern seems very nice on the sole, but what is missing is, from the 2 all the way through up to the 6, we've seen more and more disappear. So I don't see the normal things that I like to, the little fun things that used to be on all of the shoes. There we've got Big Chucky, and at the front we have a Seat Pleasant, but the phone numbers and the bylines that were in the 2s and some of the things in the 3s have over time gradually disappeared. The stay focused and work harder are missing over time, and I think that detracts. I used to love having all of those little things in the shoe. Now they're few and far between, and only 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, just a few little things here and there. They're almost a non-part of the shoe anymore, as we navigate away from that childhood history into just the overall basketball life instead. A lot of detail work on the olive side, and it's not a bad combination with that flat black colorway. It would have looked a little bit different with a brighter patent style. It's just that the overall together for me is just really not there. So, my opinion only. I don't dislike them enough to not buy them. No. I like KD, always have. Texas guy. Hook 'em horns. Have to support. The swoosh has some nice little contours in there. But overall, as I said, jury's still out for me on whether or not I'm going to say that this is the next big thing. I think it's possibly going to be a little bit along the lines of the KD5, where I'll buy a couple of the colorways, but not a whole lot of them. As always, you can find me at samcolt12.com, Google+, Instagram, and Vidi. Today we have the Fire Red 3s, the Dornbeck Air Force 1s, Collins, and of course my first KD6, the Weathermans. These were not too hard to get. Seems like there was a fairly good amount of these. So hopefully everybody that does want them got them, and they're buying them to rock them, not just to think about reselling them. There's way too much of that going on, in my opinion, these days. People lining up, getting as many as they can just to turn them, and the place is getting saturated. So I would be happy to see more and more shoes show up on the floor so that everybody that wants to get them can get them for retail. That's just me. KD's 6 Weathermans.